Hello, beautiful world and YouTube fam. My name is Kevin Jackson, and welcome to this latest episode of Kevin's Love Mangas, Friendship and Love. So, folks, we are back with another cuffing season video. I know it's that time of the year, so basically, doing this again, adding to the playlist here, more knowledge for your head top. So watch how you speak on my name, okay? So this time I basically asked you guys. So I went on my Instagram. Go ahead and follow me at KevMaster5 and asked y'all what questions you want answered. What do you want me to do a video on? And most of the answers were regarding how to identify potential bad partners, bad matches, and how to avoid unhealthy relationships with those. So let's go ahead and get started. So I would say most importantly, number one is to be comfortable with yourself, and to have self-love and self-care. I think that's so important, that we're stressing nowadays. It's just, your mental health needs to be in tip-top shape. Especially because we don't want the other person supporting you entirely, we want the other person to really compliment you, right? It's extremely important to be comfortable with yourself, to know who you are, so you know who you're inside of a relationship with the other person, right? So the other person isn't controlling you, isn't telling you what to do, and you have your own ideals and beliefs, right? You have your own hobbies, your own interests, your own friends outside of your partner. And what really goes along with that as well is that you have your own values, you have your own fundamentals. Don't get that confused with preferences, which is different than values or fundamentals, right? You may have a preference for this type of person or this type of person, or a preference for this, but it's not necessarily a necessity, right? And we don't want that to be the main thing that's driving you. Your fundamentals, your values should be something that is similar to the other person. And at least talking about it biblically, you got to be equally yoked. So you should have the same set of fundamentals, the same set of values. You should believe in, the same things, have a certain path, Of course, doesn't always have to be the case, but it's definitely the builds for a strong relationship. And it all comes with standards. So I would say it's best to have standards. I know it sounds weird, but best to have standards when looking for someone, and then your principles and fundamentals can go hand in hand with those as well. The next thing I would say is highly important is to be aware of a person's red flags. There's been a lot of joke about, red flags and green flags in the past few weeks, especially on Twitter, on Instagram, stuff like that. But it's very important to realize those, and to be aware of those, because red flags, just like a stop sign, right? Red flags mean stop. Do not go any further with the other person. If you feel an irking feeling in your belly when they tell you something, or when they have a specific action, just trust your gut, trust your intuition, and stay far away from that person. But there's also yellow flags as well, right? Yellow flags just mean to be cautious. Some things that could be you could deem as red flags, but are actually yellow flags. That could be somebody that has financial problems. Not necessarily means that it's completely bad that you should avoid them, but just know that if you guys are to get into a more deeper relationship, or to eventually be married, that's something that's financial woes that could come up because of that. But on the red flag side, definitely red flags would be emotional abuse, physical abuse, things of that nature. So it's just good to know the separation between the yellow flags and the red flags as well. But to be aware of those things, and to not just, be all in the facade and be all in the attractive stage with someone, right? You got to really take a step back and be like, okay, is this person really right for me? Besides all the glitz and the glamour. But on the other hand, it's always good to know about the green flags as well, right? Green flags mean go. Go until you see a yellow, go until you see a red. You know what I'm saying? But some good green flags are definitely going to be somebody that's an active listener, somebody that's really thoughtful, that does thoughtful acts, or really is really displaying their love for you, and their kindness for you, and their appreciation for you, and their affection for you. Also, it's somebody that should be more in tune with the love language, and more in tune with helping you in your love language, right? My love language is quality time. So somebody that really sacrifices and devotes quality time to me, that's something that really helps me fall deeper in love with them. And I think that's like an important segue too to those. So like I know there's a whole bunch of like tests out there. There is the Enneagram, there is the personality test, right? There is the 16 personality test. There is the love languages, right? There are astrology, things of that nature, right? I just like to throw astrology out the window because honestly, you wouldn't really know. They could be like the sign that the horoscope that they say they could not be, right? Who knows? But I'll say for like those tests, it's good to be with somebody that is more equal on those as well, right? Or doesn't always have to be the case, right? Just know that sometimes it'll be better to have somebody that's more equal to you, right? Even though opposites do attract. This one I would say is an important thing, because we're living in such an internet age now. Doesn't matter wherever you meet them, whether that's at the grocery store and they pick down a cereal box from a high top shelf for you, or you met them at a club or a bar, or you met them just passing at school or at work. It's always important to do just a little bit of research on them. Maybe look up the Insta scam. You know what I'm saying? Just take a look and see the pictures that they could be in, or like what a little bit about them, just to make sure that they're all clean. Everybody does a small little background check on them, on each other, right? On new people that they don't know, just to make sure that they're in tip top shape. There's nothing really wrong with them, and or there's nothing that's significant about them that should make you stay away. And it's important to do that too. Not stalking level, but just like a quick glimpse just to see who they really are. Another one that's significant, especially if you met somebody on like Tinder, Bumble, or Hinge, or online dating, is to always talk to them. Whether that's via calling or FaceTime before a first date or in between like the dating stages, just to really see how they interact on that level, right? If you catch them at a bad time, where are they at? Are they doing something wrong? No, I'm playing with you. But just to see how they are first off in that medium, before you go all in on someone, right? And I think that's pretty much it too. I think just having those in mind, and being aware of those things, will definitely set you on the right path to help avoid other people that are bad for you, and just to try and not have an unhealthy relationship. But in terms of more steps with that and the 4 C's that you should have when starting a relationship, go ahead and check out my other video, other coming seasons video. That's going to be in the cards above and in the description below. And we will see you next time on the next Kevin's Light Megas Friendship and Love.